Hey, good afternoon, guys. I'm going to do a little video here on the big purchases on the farm. I get a question once in a while. Why don't you do your own spraying? Well, we have a sprayer. And I get a lot of questions. How can I become a farmer? When I decided to become a farmer, first thing I made a purchase was a pickup truck. Thinking that I could do some extra work with it, trucking, hauling, and to justify to have a pretty nice truck on the farm, we call this the farm truck, it has to make money. And over the winter I do a lot of trucking and hay, tobacco, machinery and stuff like that. Some of these videos you don't get to see, but this truck actually does pretty much work around here. Now, this truck here is paid for now, so it's not as critical to have it out on the road. It is the farm truck here now, and it was one of the first purchases, not this truck, but some of the trucks that I had on the farm here, they were out making money. So I just wanted to share that one, and we're going to walk around here to the other big purchases. Now the mail truck just came, so when you're making these big purchases, there's something that comes in the box, and you have to have a plan for it. So let's go over here and see what's in the mailbox. As you can see, my mailbox goes through a little trouble every once in a while, so I use duct tape to fix it. Now today, what came in the mail was U.S. Farmer. So one bill, a small one, not a big deal. But if you do have a bunch of payments coming in, you got to have a plan. I think it's trying to tell me I need to look for another tractor or something in this magazine. So this is one of your biggest price tag items here on the farm. Does it justify having a combine? Well, I always wanted to be my own boss, so yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and purchase one. So we ran out to our local dealership. Yeah, we want a combine. Okay, this is going to be your payment for the next 5 years. Hope you have fun. So you take off and you say, all right, I got a combine. Now we got to come up with a plan for that. So we look at what we can do, and we have big dreams and goals, and so yeah, we can afford a combine. We'll do custom work. So let's see how that goes in life. So that's your number one, probably the biggest purchase item you get. And it only can do about 3 different jobs: soybeans, wheat, and corn. And you got to buy heads for them. It just doesn't go on its own like that. So let's go down here and look at these heads. Okay, now we can decide what are we going to plant with. Well, we can start out with a 6-row planter. Now you got to have a 6-row head. Oh, I don't want to go with a 6-row head. I want to go with an 8-row head. So you got to go buy an 8-row head. Other neighbors, they plant everything with a 6-row. So you got to have a 6-row. And the other neighbor, he plants everything with an 8-row. So you got to have an 8-row. And that's how you end up with 2 heads for corn. So now you want to cut wheat for the neighbor. So now you need a 25-foot platform head. And this will cut soybeans too, barley, and other small grains. But now you say, well, you need this purchase. So another big purchase is sitting here. These are not cheap, these heads. Even the used head's not the biggest thing, but you have to have it to do another job, and you can't do it with a corn head to cut wheat, so you have to have this one. So this is a 25-foot platform grain flex head. So now we're really getting gung-ho. We want a farm, and we don't want to pay someone to do all our jobs, so yeah, we got to have the tractors now. Well, I need a big one, a little one, a small one. Now, a lot of you guys didn't see all the tractors I had on the farm here. I had a couple Ford tractors. Well, that's a bad word, but we'll go with it. And we sold them at an auction. I had a couple John Deeres. I had the 45, I think it was a 4520 with a loader. And these are tractors you guys didn't ever see. There's a lot of stuff you guys don't see, but we're here today at 2018, so let's start here. So I want a farm. So I got to get me some tractors. Well, I need a couple different sizes because I got things to do. The John Deere 5075M set up for the tobacco planter, and the sprayer. Yes, we do have a sprayer. You got to have a sprayer if you want to farm. Now, you've seen a sprayer earlier this morning spraying the wheat. Did it justify me hooking the sprayer up here? I have 75-foot booms to put on this tractor. It might have been. But my sprayer bill is not going to be that high, so they were coming through, and they're going to spray it for me. And So yeah, we gotta have tractors. So we make our next two big purchases. And you gotta have a big workhorse, so you want to do some field work. Or do you want to pay someone to do it all? No. You want to be a farmer. I'm trying to say this real fast here to get through. Yeah, we can pay someone to do all these jobs. Am I actually farming? Huh. No, I'm writing a bunch of checks out. I'm becoming a check writer. I didn't want to be a check writer when I wanted to farm. So you need to make purchases. Did I need a horsepower that big? Maybe not, but it's good to get started once with something big. I got tired of buying these small tractors and kept trading them off to bigger and bigger and bigger. And I traded a lot of tractors back to John Deere and got bigger ones. And then it's like, why am I doing this? Let's just get big and let's get done with it. I'm tired of it. So yeah, big horsepower. So now we got a big horsepower. We need a nice little chisel. Yeah. How are we gonna bust the ground up? So we went out and bought a 714 chisel plow. Boy, I love plowing. I could have paid someone to do it, but I want to be a farmer. Now, we decided if you're gonna be a farmer, you're gonna need a skid loader. A skid loader to pick up the grain boxes and stuff like that. Fill the planter up. Yep, we should have a skid loader. Now that skid loader just can't sit here and fill grain buckets up. It needs to be working. So we went out and we built a steel barn. So we have this big steer barn. Now what do we do? Well, we got to fill it with cattle. So we filled it with cattle. I still want to be a farmer. So now we got manure, feed, everything else. So I was like, well, I'm glad we made that purchase. With that skid loader, we can clean the barn out and feed the cattle. We used to use a wheelbarrow and go down through there and push feed back. And mix it by hand. Took some time, but yet we got it done. Okay, I still want to be a farmer, so I need to mix my feed to feed my cattle. So I bought a self-propelled TMR mixer. And that TMR mixer has been a really nice unit, but it came with a big price tag. More expensive to farm. But I wanted to be a farmer. So I got my equipment, I got my cattle, and I got all the payments sitting around here. So I got to make the payments with something else. So then, if we're not working ground, what's going to help pay for that tractor? If I'm not spraying, what's going to help pay for that tractor? So I decided I'd grow tobacco. So that's why we started growing tobacco. Help pay for that tractor. That tractor's paid for. And we had to use that tobacco money to pay for that tractor. And vice versa into the skid loader. So if the beef prices are low, we have a barn full of steers to help pay for that skid loader. Back to that tractor. Back to that tractor. Now you can see where we're going with this. To help pay for that combine. Decided to get really diverse in my operation. So now we got a combine, a small tractor plants tobacco, a sprayer, a big tractor to work field work, pick up bales, and a chisel plow to work our own ground. So the cycle's going around pretty nice. Like, oh, okay, everything's working pretty good. Well, beef prices are down, tobacco prices are up, custom work's kind of slow. So we have to change with the markets. Back to tobacco again. Tobacco's always been bailing us out. What else can we add to the fleet? Oh, we thought we may get into baling. So we thought we'd get another tractor. So we got this tractor and I thought, well, we can push trench with it, so we put a blade on it in the spring. So this tractor makes some money. If a tractor's not making the spring, pushing trenches, let's put a baler behind it and see if we can make some money with it. So this purchase here at baling in the summer helps pay for that tractor, and that tractor out there helps pay for the next tractor. As you can see, we keep going. Oh, well, it's nice to have your first tractor yet. Yeah, that's my first one. So what does that tractor do? Well, that tractor just does small jobs, and we might set this one up to put the sprayer on it eventually. But I'm hard to trade off things that I get attached to. So that's a sentimental item there, and it's my favorite tractor on the farm. So no, I don't want to trade it on another tractor. So I'd like to have another tractor, so we're looking for a 4020 power shift. So the vicious cycle just keeps going because I want to farm. So there's a baler here. So the baler does multiple jobs here on the farm too. We can bale corn fodder, alfalfa, wheat leach, hay leach, whatever you want to do, we can bale it. So we had to get that. Then it was like, oh, it'd be nice to chop our own silage in the spring and maybe some hay and stuff like that. So we bought a self-propelled, or pull type harvester. Someday we'll get a self-propelled when the boys get a little older. And so the baler helps pay for that. That helps pay for that. And you can see on the John Deere 4250, that is a luxury item. So the baler helps pay for that. which that tractor's paid for. But I'm just showing you how we get attached to things. So now we gotta mow grass because we're a farmer. So we had to go out and buy a mower. So you gotta make sure you buy the right mower for the right operation. Well, this one's a little too small, but it does the job for us now. And we came finally to the sprayer. The question was today, why did you pay someone to do spraying when you should just go out and buy a sprayer? Well, I have one. 75-foot booms, and it's set up for our tobacco, and it sits in here. It's clean. The spraying wasn't not that much money today. It would have took me probably 40 minutes this morning to hook it up and get it ready, and then it's still cool out yet, so I could have a problem with it freezing. So it is winterized. So as you can see, this equipment, well, we have a tobacco cultivator back here with a tank on it. All this equipment to go and farm, minus all the shop tools and everything else and the generators. So I chose to be a farmer. Now I know some of you guys are going to say, well, you could have just went out and bought one tractor, a little chisel, 3-shank chisel, and farm your little ground. Well, farmers like to dream too. So if you don't dream big, and if you remember back in the beginning, I did have small tractors. I had a small desk. I did things the small way. 2-row corn planter. Yes, I did have a 2-row Monison corn planter, air planter to plant sweet corn. And you just keep dreaming and dreaming and dreaming, and this is how you add up all the equipment around here. And it just constantly is never enough, because you're always looking for the next thing in your custom business to keep going and stay ahead. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. We have more equipment hiding everywhere. I can't walk around everywhere, but do you see where I'm coming from? When you choose a career, you bought a business. It's a lifestyle, but yet you got to remember it's a business. If you don't run it like a business, you know what's going to happen, right? Well, you're not going to be in business very long. So it is a lifestyle, but at the same time, you got to treat it as a business. And if you're not keeping ahead, your lifestyle is going to look pretty rough. So we don't make a lot of money, but I'm my own boss. When I wake up, I have to make decisions. Is it time to work ground? Is it time to plant corn? Because no one else is going to call me up and say, hey, it's time to plant corn. I have to make decisions on the operation. And with all these assets or liabilities, depending on how you want to look at them, you're going to have to make sure they work for you. So when I built the steer barn, I knew that building had to work for me. I didn't need looks. I didn't need a nice fancy building. I need something to make money. So some of the purchases I had to put on the farm to make things go, and you know, I just want to share that with you. So when you're thinking about start farming, what do you want to start with? A shovel and a hoe and a rake? Well, that's pretty much where I came from. And I eventually bought a little tractor, and I started working my way up and had dreams. I thought I'd get into custom work and do this and do that. And so just another way here on the farm we want to continue to grow and make things go. And I'm talking fast because I got things to do, and you get a lot of these questions, you want to answer them all, but you just don't have time. So that's another thought. I do get a lot of emails, messages, Facebook, Instagram. If I don't get back to you right away, it's not because I don't want to talk to you. I'm a pretty busy guy. And yes, I do like to make a lot of videos because it's another way we create income. We are making good money with it, and it helps out with the farm expense. I'm always looking for the next thing. When we go back on Fridays, and I'll tell a story every once in a while, and some of the things we did to create income you guys wouldn't believe. But it's always looking for the next job, the next dollar, and that's farming. Because if you stop looking and you get your business behind, it's going to hurt. So especially when you run a family. So I hope you enjoyed this little clip here. I'll continue to run with some of these videos and show you what it takes to operate a farm. And it's not about sitting in the house or sitting in a tractor. when that mailbox truck comes and puts some letters in there, it's usually not somebody sending you a thank you or appreciation letter, or it's a bill. Especially when you're farming, because we go through a lot of money. So I hope you enjoyed this again. Leave your comments, suggestions, and have a great afternoon.